next on All Access.
Tonight, Saturday night, only game on, they cancel the other one.
Give it to Hines, who runs to the right and wins the race inside the pylon.
Look at the scoreboard, play.
Wentz turns and gives. Taylor runs it through a big hole. He's gone into the end zone. That's the ball game.
How psyched are your kids for Christmas?
Oh, they're so psyched. Today the elves were all over the place. They ate some cookies, left a mess. They're pretty excited, man.
Time for the Belestrator.
You can just see the team speed here of Poyer, Edmonds. It ends up being a 6-7 yard loss.
Is this a playoff game?
We got one more huge game here. This is like a playoff.
To me, this is the biggest game of the season.
The Patriots' 7-game winning streak comes to an end, setting up a playoff game in the regular season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patriots All Access, presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you all. The schedule says it's Week 16, but in reality, it's a playoff game for the Patriots as they host the Buffalo Bills on Sunday afternoon. The winner of this game will be in the driver's seat for the AFC East Division title. Before we preview the Bills, we begin with a look back at a lost opportunity and the sights and sounds from Indianapolis.
Game day. Lucas Oil Stadium's gonna be rocking. The Patriots and the Colts, you already know. It's gonna be one hell of a game.
Let's go! Patriots, you're gonna live!
Let's go, Patriots!
Let's go!
So get your popcorn ready. And then you tell a phone and tell a friend that Indianapolis is gonna be rocking, baby.
Go! Let's go, Colts!
It's gonna be a good game. Peace, soul, we gotta rock and roll, baby.
Stop Jonathan Taylor. He's #1 back in the league this year. We shut him down, we win.
Tonight, Saturday night, only game on, they cancel the other one. Guess what?
What's that?
We dominate, fellas.
Yeah.
Dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Dominate.
The snap directly to Taylor, who's going to give it to Hines, who runs to the right and wins the race inside the pylon. And the Colts have the first quarter lead. Bailey to punt it away left to right. Hines, who has the one touchdown for the Colts, waiting on the return, and that kick is blocked and is going to bound into the end zone. It will be covered up by speed. It's a touchdown for Indianapolis. And Indy is rolling early.
Better wake up, man.
Got a lot of time. Got a lot of time. Hey, got a lot of time. A lot of fun. One play at a time, right? One play at a time.
One play at a time, fellas. Execute. Execute. Let's go. Come on. Go.
Look at the scoreboard, just play.
One time, baby. One play at a time. Getting open, man.
Takes the shotgun snap. Stands in. He looks down the middle. He fires down the middle. Catch by Henry. Hit from behind and tackled at the 48 of Indianapolis.
Gotta go.
He moves up. He throws it to the end zone. Caught by Henry. Touchdown, Patriots!
They're going to throw us one here now.
Takes the snap. He fakes. He drops back. He fires down the middle. Ball's tipped. And then it's going to be intercepted. Tipped by Collins. Picked off by McCourty. Devin has it at the 47.
Hell of a game.
Drop and look to throw. He tosses across the middle. Catch by Myers. He turns upfield. He's tripped up. And he's tackled at the 22. Snap in place. Folks kick. Lifted to the uprights. And the kick is good.
I thought there was enough time left that we would, have enough possessions to be able to score 10 points.
Plenty of time. We just got to capitalize.
Jones and the Pats trail by 10. He takes the snap. He drops back. He pumps. He throws to the middle. It's caught! Touchdown! Hunter Henry has his second score of the night for New England.
Nice job, Hunt.
Wentz turns and gives. Taylor runs it through a big hole. He's gone. To the 50. Right side 40. Chased by J.C. Jackson to the 20. Outside to the 10. Into the end zone. That's the ball game.
I think this is a good wake-up call for us. Like I said, those guys, we got to keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is us having success and winning games and playing well.
That, my friends, was a tough one to watch. Welcome back to Patriots All Access in Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. I warned you guys, right? I warned you last week. I was talking about the bye week, and we talked about momentum. Was the bye week coming at the right time? Did this team have a bye week hangover?
Yeah, I mean, certainly they didn't play very well, so it's hard to say they didn't. You know, whether or not it was because of the bye, Mike, I think that's, you know, really tough to identify, but you can't argue the fact that the penalties, the turnovers, the sloppiness, the overall sloppiness on special teams, all of that came back. We hadn't seen it since the first 6 weeks.
I'm not happy, Paul.
No,
I don't like when we're wrong. When Steve asked us that question last week, I think we both sort of looked at him like he had two heads. Like, what are you talking about? You know, about he was right.
Well,
say to him, Mike.
He was right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be right.
He was less wrong.
But now, here's the thing. The execution was so far off, and I asked myself this question, guys. If they had, you know, no bye week, would the execution have been better, or was this sort of that dud that we were sort of wondering if it was going to show up at some point?
That's the way I look at it, too, is they didn't play well, and we could say it was because of the bye. The Colts were coming off the bye.
We haven't seen bad football around here in a while, except for last week. Was that a blip on the radar?
Well, you have to hope it was. You know, you have to hope that the stuff that we saw in the first 6 weeks of the season and then it went away for 2 months, Mike, you have to hope that the penalties especially, like, listen, turnovers are going to happen. I don't think that you can expect block punts every week and things like that, but the penalties really were killers, and I think that's stuff that you can clean up. False start, pre-snap penalties, and offside on a field goal, and it turns out to be a missed field goal. That's stuff that's inexcusable.
The special teams concerns me. I mean, that was 10 points in the game. A blocked punt recovered for a touchdown, and then to have one of your core special teamers and Brandon King jump off sides on a play where they missed the field goal from 46. They get to kick it again from 41, and it's good. That's 10 points, guys. You gave them 10 points on special teams. So to me, that is a concern. Now, where I think it's more of a blip is like some of the penalties on the wide receivers blocking. Like, I actually think that's been a strength of the team.
It has been.
Consistently over the course of the year. But on that particular night, it was not a strength. It was a weakness. So that's why I would say that type of thing is more of a blip to me.
How do we assess the play of Mac Jones?
Okay, well, I think, you know, you sort of have to monitor it. He didn't play well, Mike. I mean, I thought especially early on in the game, he looked a little bit, I think for the first time all year, a little bit flustered. You know, I don't know if it was an indoor environment, big game, Saturday night lights and all that, but I do think that it took him a while to get going. I will say a very slight positive to me was that he got up off the mat and he threw a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter. A little bit too little too late, but I'd rather have that than just sulking for 4 quarters.
To your point, Paul, the delay of game penalty was the one that stood out to me as one where it was like, oh, a rookie moment where maybe I thought we were past that a little bit with Mac. This was interesting. At halftime, I thought, as I was watching it live, that it was his worst half of the season. When I went back to watch it over again, I said, man, if he didn't throw that interception, it wasn't as bad as I thought. If Jacoby Myers caught, that was a nice pass, Paul.
Right.
That, you know, if Jacoby catches that, the play right before the block punt, I thought Mac played better than I thought when I watched it over again. When it was unfolding live, obviously the 2 picks, like those are bad plays, the delay of game penalty. But when I watched it over in totality, I was like, you know what? I'm actually more encouraged about Mac in the bigger picture than maybe I thought I was going to be when I left the game.
Well, I like what you said. He got up off the mat.
Sure.
You know, and it was
absolutely
strong down the stretch. All right, don't go far because we got you coming up a little later on the show as well. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Coming up on Patriots All Access.
We reveal the winner of our high school Coach of the Year. But first, we'll talk to Captain Devin McCourty.
We're promised only 3 games. Every other game after that we have to earn, and you have to start to develop that mentality right now.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. And by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New England Patriots.
Hi, I'm Devin McCourty of the New England Patriots. From my family to yours, I want to wish all Patriots fans a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Lauren Spencer with your Patriots Social Media Minute heading into Week 16. The votes are in, and these Patriots have officially been named 2022 Pro Bowlers. In the spirit of the holidays, Patriots players have taken the time to give back to their communities this season. Devon Godshaw's foundation hosted events in New England and Louisiana. Dante Hightower is hosting a coat drive in Tennessee. And Kyle Van Noy and his wife Marissa fulfilled Christmas lists for more than 100 kids in foster care, just to name a few. Also in the spirit of giving back, Patriots players' game-worn My Cause My Cleats are now available for auction, with proceeds benefiting their respective charities. For more information on how to bid on this year's cleats, head to the Patriots Foundation Twitter account @PatsFoundation. That's all for this week. I'm Lauren Spencer.
For the second time in 3 weeks, the Patriots and Bills will meet. Only this time, it's here at Gillette. Dan Roach tells us that this matchup will be far different than the first meeting.
The 9-5 Patriots lead the 8-6 Bills by 1 game entering Sunday's showdown here at Gillette Stadium. And although they won't be handing out hats and t-shirts to the winner, the victor will be in the driver's seat.
This is a division game. It means a lot, and it's on our own turf. We got to come out and protect home field.
The Pats come into Sunday off a loss at Indy, a loss that ended their winning streak at 7 games.
It happened. It's over. We're flushing it. We're moving on. Like you said, I've been here for a while, and the infamous Bill quote, "We're on to Buffalo."
Sometimes you need that humble pie, you know what I'm saying? You need that setback, just to, keep you honest.
20 days. When the Patriots and Bills meet here Sunday at Gillette Stadium, it will only have been 20 days since New England beat the Bills in bizarre, once-in-a-lifetime weather conditions in Buffalo.
Buffalo is not the same team we played a few weeks ago, so it's one of those we're going to have to go back and kind of relearn them as if we didn't play them just a few weeks ago.
You may have had success with something and that you go, man, we got to do this again, right? But the other team knows you had success with it, and so then they try to stop it, and it's like a chess match with yourself.
Since losing to the Pats, the Bills fell to Tampa in overtime and then notched a convincing win over Carolina, with Josh Allen throwing 5 touchdown passes while running for 1 more over the 2 games.
He's a very mobile quarterback. He's very good, big body, hard tackle. So they feel good running them, and we just got to stop them.
One other opponent the Patriots are keeping an eye on, COVID. It's sweeping the nation, and it's definitely on the minds of the players.
Protect yourself mainly, then protect your family second, and then try to protect our family as the Patriots third.
Now, if the Patriots earn their 10th victory on Sunday, Bill Belichick would tie Don Shula for the most 10-win seasons in history with 20. Third on that list, Andy Reid and Tom Landry. For Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, Danny Roach, thank you very much. Joining me now is Patriot Captain Devin McCourty. First of all, happy holidays to you.
Same to you, Steve.
Let me ask you this right out of the gate. Is this a playoff game? Are you looking at it that way?
I think once you get to the end of the season, especially the way right now, everyone's kind of bunched up in there together, whether you're the top seed in the AFC or NFC or you're the last team in the hunt. Like, you're only 1 or 2 games away from, being in another spot. So, I think, for the rest of the season, these games will all be like playoff games, and we got to prepare that way. We got to prepare for the simple fact, I think about it every year now, is we have 3 games left that we're promised. Whatever you think of this team, whatever you think of your teammates and how much fun you've had, we're promised only 3 games. Every other game after that, we have to earn, and you have to start to develop that mentality right now.
What's the challenge of playing the same team in 3 weeks?
Yeah, I would say the challenge of playing the same team in 3 weeks and a team that already knows you well because it's a division opponent, it's tough, man. They know us well. We know them well. You're watching the film. You're watching the past game. You're watching the last, 2 games for them, 1 game for us. And, like, your mind's racing, like, all right, what are they going to do different? What are they going to do that worked well, that maybe didn't work well, maybe that they missed, and they're going to see it and do. Like, you're just thinking about all these things because it's all so fresh in your mind. So we got to make sure that we're prepared for the different things they can do, especially offensively. They have a lot of offense, but being ready to adjust once the game settles down and just play good football.
How hard is it, Devin, to tackle Josh Allen?
Tough, man. Josh Allen's one of those special kind of athlete/players. Can throw the ball 70 yards, is 240 pounds, can run, is not a slow guy, can make you miss, has pretty decent suddenness, tries to break tackles. Like, he's not out there trying to see how he can get down or get out of bounds. Like, he's trying to make guys miss. And I think he has the ability in the Tampa game, like you saw in the second half, like, all right, you know what? We're down. I'm going to make some plays, whether that's throwing the ball or running. I'm going to let my presence be known. And you saw him kind of take that game over in the second half. And I think that's where he creates such a challenge for you.
All right, last question. How psyched are your kids for Christmas?
Oh, they're so psyched. Today, the elves were all over the place. They ate some cookies, left a mess. They're pretty excited, man. We got 4, 3, and 6 months at the home. So it'll be a fun Christmas this year.
Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays and good luck on Sunday.
Merry Christmas, Steve. Thank you.
You got it. Devin McCourty, I guess we'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
Ski or snowboard?
Neither. I'm not blowing my knees out on no snowboard and skiing.
Gingerbread cookies or sugar cookies?
Sugar cookies.
Hot chocolate or apple cider?
Hot chocolate.
Make a snowman or a snow angel?
Snowman.
Ice skate or sled?
Sled.
Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Holiday music or holiday movie?
Holiday movie.
Candy canes or peppermint ice cream?
Candy cane.
After an 8-4 season that was capped off with the school's first ever championship, we are proud to announce that Randolph High School's Jonathan Marshall has been named our high school coach of the year and a nominee for the Don Shula Award. It was just Marshall's second season as head coach, and the Blue Devils won the Division VIII state title.
Randolph Blue Devils are state champions for the first time in program history.
Presenting the award is Patriots and Pro Football Hall of Famer Andre Tippett.
I know it says my name on here, but it should say everyone's name on here. To my players, my assistant coaches, this is a team award. It's my name, but it's our award. It's our award. We did it together. We did it together.
As our coach of the year, the Patriots Charitable Foundation will award the Randolph program a $2,000 donation. Congratulations to Coach Marshall on a historic season.
1, 2, 3. Randolph. 4, 5, 6.
Family. What do winners do?
More.
What do winners do?
More.
What do winners do?
More.
There we go.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down, have coffee with the coach, back home with the Buffalo Bills. But Coach Belichick, before I get to the Buffalo game, anything different after you sat there and watched the tape? And I know after the game you said, not much to say after this one. We didn't do anything well. Now that you got a chance to digest 60 minutes of football, you see anything that really stood out to you?
No, it wasn't a good day. And, when you're behind 20-0, you're just trying to dig out of too big of a hole, and we just couldn't get out of it. So,
yeah.
We just got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to play better situational football. It's really the whole gamut. We just got to do a better job.
All right, you've been here a long time, over 2 decades. I know it's very unusual to face the same team twice in 3 weeks, but I think it's been done before a couple times when we've done these shows. But when you look at the Bills in the last 2 weeks, how much does that help your preparation? And, hey, we recently saw these guys. We worked hard for a week putting it in. Does that help ease preparation going into it?
I think it's, certainly the same for both teams. We played each other recently, and here we go, and we know each other well, and that's an advantage, but it's also a disadvantage. They know our weaknesses better than anyone, and hopefully we know theirs. So I'm sure this game will play out a lot different than the first one did in terms of the ability to do things that were overridden by the conditions. So we'll see how it plays out. But both teams know each other well, and that always makes for an interesting matchup.
It seems like the Allen runs, the Singletary runs over the last 2 weeks, is that just a product of, hey, we got to mix this up a little bit better?
Well, they've hit some big runs, some very explosive runs, and certainly Allen had a big day running the ball against Tampa, and we know that's hard to do, and they did a lot of it with the quarterback. So I'm sure we'll be challenged there with the running game, whether it's quarterback, running back, speed sweeps and reverses to receivers, some combination, all those. We'll have to defend the whole field, and we know Allen can zip it as well as anybody, and he's a big, strong guy. It's hard to bring down. So a big challenge for us dealing with him for sure.
All right, Coach, time now for the Ace Ticket Twitter question of the week, and it comes from K_love_3. I read over the weekend, and it's believed to be a potential record that could be set this weekend. You coaching your 800th game, whether that's the right number or not. What's that number mean to you?
Yeah, that's a lot of third and longs. It's I didn't realize the number was that high. It's a lot of games, but I enjoy it, and hopefully we'll be able to stack a few more games in there. But it's a great game. It's a great league. Competition's great. Everybody's good every week, and it really is a pleasure to work with the guys that I've had the opportunity to coach with and have play for me. These years at New England have been really special. But I go back to all my years, and they're all special. It's a great opportunity to be in this league, and I'd say other than maybe a couple of the outcomes, I've thoroughly enjoyed every game that I've been involved in.
I turned 54 a week ago, and I didn't realize that number was that high either. So if you want to ask the coach a question, you have to follow the team on Twitter @Patriots, hashtag it, AskBB. Couple big runs from Josh Allen. I think we're going to take a look at some pressure by the defense, right?
Yep, that's right.
All right, good stuff. More Patriots All Access will return right after this, and then we'll have the Belestrator for you. Hang tight.
Coming up on All Access.
He throws it to the end zone, caught by Henry. Touchdown!
We look at some presents Patriots fans have been able to enjoy this season.
And sacked by Judon, taken down at the 30.
This really should be about a 8 or 10
later,
yard gain.
Coach Belichick reminds us of the talents of Josh Allen on the Belestrator.
Here goes Allen again, and so he's got 50 yards on these two plays.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Ace Ticket, where New England fans go for tickets to all their favorite events. Visit aceticket.com. By Dan O'Brien Auto. Come into any Dan O'Brien Auto Group store today and get your awesome protection plan. Keeping it awesome. By AdCare. Be recovery strong. Speak up. Reach out. Ask for help. Call AdCare at 800-ALCOHOL. And by Gillette. Look good. Game good. Gillette. The best a man can get.
Hi, my name is Gunnar Olszewski of the New England Patriots. I want to wish all Patriots fans a very Merry Christmas.
This player profile is brought to you by Pepsi.
Welcome back to All Access, presented by GEICO. As we celebrate the holidays, we thought it would make sense to look back on the bounty of gifts that Patriots fans have already received that have made this season so special.
Each holiday season, it's always nice to receive something reliable, and few players have been more reliable for the Patriots than tight end Hunter Henry.
He throws it to the end zone, caught by Henry. Touchdown!
Henry leads all tight ends in the NFL and has set a career high with 9 TDs on the year. Maybe the most surprising gift comes with the play of Kendrick Bourne.
Caught by Burton, running room to the outside as he carries to the 30. Finish on the sideline, touchdown Patriots!
Bourne is second on the team in receptions and has been a useful part of the running game. However, it is high energy and engaging personality that has won over the locker room.
We need every single piece. We all are individual pieces to the puzzle.
Can we get him to get a little more enthusiasm? It's too quiet.
Yeah, KB, it's like the Energizer Bunny, man. I think he's like, a Labrador, golden retriever. Like, I've had those dogs before. They're just always happy,
Quite possibly the most surprising gift has been the steady play of quarterback Mac Jones.
The third and goal snap to Jones. He throws it off. Back corner of the end zone right. Pass on target. On time. It's caught. Touchdown Patriots. A perfect throw.
Drafted at number 15 overall, Jones won the job in the summer and hasn't looked back. He's been the best rookie signal caller by far and has earned the respect of his teammates.
The thing that impresses me most about Mac is his humility. He's a young man who shows a great deal of maturity and understands that his role on the team is just one of 53. And I think he's always keeping that in perspective and in the forefront of his mind. Everything that he's accomplished and all that he's done in his young football career, he's remained so grounded. And I think it's a great example for everyone in our locker room.
Finally, the biggest present for the Patriots fans to unwrap this season is number 9, Matthew Judon.
Turns to the plate, under pressure by Judon, chased by Judon, wrapped up by Judon, and sacked by Judon, taken down at the 30.
Judon has 12 and a half sacks to lead the team and has been every bit the impact player that was hoped for when he signed last spring.
It's great to have Judy. It's been a huge pleasure to have him.
I mean, he's certainly been exceptional this year and helped us win a lot of games. He's definitely kind of a emotional and spiritual leader of our locker room. He brings a lot of energy and is fun to be around. He's been a great teammate, and I'm just really glad he's on my team.
Next week on All Access.
All I am is I'm a grass grower. That's all I do. I let my cows harvest it and let them turn that grass into protein. And that's all so I'm just a grass grower. That's all I am.
All he is? No. The league's best offensive lineman is much more than a grass grower.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
Christmas Vacation or The Santa Claus?
The Santa Claus.
Grinch or the Elf?
Oh my Lord, the Grinch or the Elf.
Christmas Story or Christmas Carol?
Christmas Story.
Home Alone or Polar Express?
Oh, Home Alone. I really like Polar Express, but Home Alone.
Christmas Vacation or Elf?
Elf.
Christmas Story or Home Alone?
Home Alone.
Home Alone or Elf?
Elf.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time for the Belestrator. And Coach, saw Buffalo 2 weeks ago. A couple different things. First, let's start with the defense here. What are we looking at?
Well, the first play you see here is against Tampa, and this is a very, very fast defense. They're excellent in pursuit, and on this play, Tom Brady throws a little swing pass out there, but you can just see the team speed here of Poyer, Edmonds, Milano. I mean, they're all coming. They close a lot of space quickly here, and you got a completed pass here with a couple blockers out in front of the run back, and ends up being a 6-7 yard loss. And there's half a dozen guys ganging up on the runner. So that's Fournette. So their team speed and pursuit is very good.
Yeah, a lot of good guys on the secondary. Hyde, Poyer, you mentioned those guys. Good balance, and up front, got guys like Oliver you got to get ready for.
Yeah, this Oliver's he's a handful. You can see on this play his get off, pad level, hand strike, just totally resets the line of scrimmage and, gets off the block. And again, takes Fournette down for a tackle for a loss. So, again, their defensive front is disruptive. They'll play straight, they'll play into the blockers, and then they'll also stunt and combine that with some either perimeter pressure or linebackers scraping when these guys hit different gaps. So, they kind of slow you down with their movement, but when they come across aggressively and attack the line of scrimmage, they've got 6 really, solid players, 7 solid players. They just rotate them through there. They're always fresh.
And speaking of guy, we really haven't talked about this guy. We've talked about Jerry Hughes, but we got another guy, Obata, who's got really good leverage too. Big guy on the inside.
Yep, this is number 93 here, Obata. You can really see this from the sideline. A lot of times we show the end zone view on these interior line plays, but I thought it was good to look at Obata's get off here. You can see he's a good, step ahead of the rest of the defensive lineman. He's off the line quickly, beats the guard from Carolina, and it's right on top of Cam before he can even get set up. So, again, just a lot of guys on the edge. They got good players on the edge. They have good players inside, and their front four is disruptive, hard to block.
Yep, that's good pressure right there. And then we move ahead to the offense here, and Josh Allen, one of those guys, and it's a hell of a throw. It shows the arm strength. The Diggs on the big-time in cut to that left side.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is Diggs up here at the top of the screen, number 14, and you can see Allen just sets up here. We just take a second to look at the Tampa pass rush, you can see they run a tackle end game here with the end looping around, but it happens pretty quickly, and they're right on top of Allen, and he gets rid of the ball, before they can get there. I mean, you can't rush much better than this, and he gets rid of the ball and then just rifles it in there to Diggs, and you can see the amount of ground that they cover on this play, and the pass rush is right on top of him, but he makes a really good throw and rifles it in there to Diggs for 20, 25, 26 yards, whatever it is. And so that's really the challenge in the passing game, where the catch and run plays, and then the plays where they get vertically down the field, and Allen just guns it out of there. He's got a rifle and gets rid of the ball quickly too.
Really made some big time throws, especially that second half going back 2 weeks ago against Tampa. Really put the team on his back. Not only can he make, and does it feel like Diggs is starting to be his guy when you need that money throw, even going back to last year with number 14?
Oh, no question. Yeah. No, Diggs is one of the top receivers in the league, and they can really count on him. And in the Tampa game, and of course we've seen it too. They really, kind of feature the quarterback running the ball. So here the back's coming out on a RPO type of play here on a swing route to get to the 4 strong, and Allen, kind of quarterback draws it here, and I freeze it right here, and you kind of look at this picture, and here's the line of scrimmage here about the 38-yard line, and he's on the 35, and it looks like he's going to gain a few yards. It doesn't look like this play is going to go for 25 yards, but that's what happens. And once he turns the corner, he sees, again, big kid's got a long stride, not running out of bounds, not looking to slide. He gets turned up there and runs through a couple DBs here, runs through an arm tackle, and just finishes the run. Now they're inside the 15-yard line. So, Allen's ability to run the ball, whether it be designed runs or passes and the receivers are covered or the rush lanes break down, and he just takes off on the pass play, however they do it. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's a tough guy to handle, and very, very strong, very fast, and really finishes the play.
All right, one more look here at Allen. And these really come into play really too on third down, right? Especially the 3rd, 4th, 3rd, and 5. You got to worry about him running. Yeah,
and honestly, you got to worry about him running on any play. I mean, we've seen him pick up a 3rd and 20 running the ball. So, Tampa's in the worst case scenario here. They're running a tackle loop game, and Allen's running the ball here. It's really the same play we just saw to the other side, but a little different defensive look by Tampa. But here goes Allen again, and so he's got 50 yards on these 2 plays. And again, linebackers got a shot at him. Here comes the safety, and the ball's on a 20-yard line. I mean, this really should be about a 8 or 10-yard gain. But Josh is just so strong. He just runs right through these arm tackles and runs through these DBs, and turns into another 23-yard run. So the combination of his passing ability, his ability to extend plays in the pocket, and and his ability to pull the ball and run like a running back, run better than a lot of running backs is it's pretty dangerous.
All right, Coach. We're here Christmas week. Get the Bills at home. We know how important these games are coming up. So Merry Christmas to you. Here's to another 800 games for you, and I hope Santa brings you. The Burt Jones or the Joe Bellino jersey that you've been asking for since you were a little kid.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Happy holidays to all our viewers and for all the Patriots fans and all the support we get out there. Have a good one.
And I'm sure the stadium will be juiced up 1 o'clock on Sunday. All right, there's your Belestrator. More Patriots All Access. We'll return right after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. And by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New England Patriots.
Hi, my name is Dante Hightower of the New England Patriots. From my family to yours, I want to wish all Patriots fans a very Merry Christmas.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access, everyone. And I'm Bob's Discount Furniture Studios, back with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. I know the whole NFL is affected by COVID, but Pat's Bills, COVID ball?
Yeah, and these two teams have been affected by it too, and it's becoming tough, Mike.
Yeah, Bill Belichick often says players are day to day, and I'm thinking to myself, in the COVID world, we're like hour to hour, we're minute to minute. And as a reporter covering the team, you go out to practice, and you're thinking to yourself, well, how many guys are going to pop today? Like Ramondre Stevenson wasn't at practice earlier this week. Is that COVID? Is Kendrick Bourne back at practice? He was on the COVID list. Did J.J. Taylor, is he back at practice? Which he was coming off the COVID list. So you're monitoring this like you never have anything else before.
Well, you mentioned Kendrick Bourne, and I got to bring up this receivers situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are they going to throw to?
Yeah,
is this a concern?
It's good. Well, absolutely, it's a concern because I think both sides too. Cole Beasley for Buffalo is going to be out of this game too, but for the Patriots, you have Jacoby Myers, and then there's a lot of uncertainty because remember back on the Saturday night game against the Colts when Nelson Aguilar had to leave early. Yeah. So his status is uncertain too. We don't know, how this is all going to unfold. Do we see some practice squad guys, Mike? Those are your favorites. You top to the bottom of the roster. I leave Christian Wilkerson to Mike.
I love it. And Trey Nixon. Can we add him to Paul? The two practice squad wide receivers. I mean, coming out of the Colts game, when we saw Aguilar get hit over the middle, head injury that it was announced at the time, you thought maybe that could trickle into this game. When you saw N'Keal Harry go out late in that game, took a little shot to the side, it looked like, you thought maybe there was a concern. N'Keal was back at practice this week, so giving him a chance to play. So I thought Christian Wilkerson on the practice squad, Trey Nixon might need to come up in this game depending on how the status of all those players sort of evolves as we get closer to kickoff.
I know we still have games left, but is this a playoff game?
It's pretty close. You can look at that board of the playoff teams right now, the ones that are in, where they stand, then those in the hunt, Mike, and you see the difference between the Patriots and Buffalo right now. Well, that can almost completely flip-flop if you allow Buffalo to walk into Gillette Stadium and come out with a victory. Everything can change.
I feel like it's a hat and T-shirt game.
Yep.
Like if you want to win the AFC East, you have to have this game. You know what Buffalo has left. It's 2 home games against teams they should beat. So you got to win it. And to me, if you got to win it, if that's a hat and T-shirt game, that doesn't mean you still got to go out and win the last 2, right. Jacksonville and at Miami. But to me, this is the biggest game of the season.
And with calling it the biggest game of the season, who has the edge?
I think mentally the Patriots have an edge over Buffalo just in general. Mike, I've seen, I have a lot of respect for the Bills' talent. I think they have talent. I think Sean McDermott is a good coach. But I think that sometimes in these kinds of games, in these spots, the Bills don't play up to that talent. And I think McDermott is part of that. I think mentally there's a huge edge on the sideline here with Belichick and his staff over Sean McDermott.
And I'm going to say the Patriots have the edge because the game's in Foxborough, Massachusetts. I think the environment is going to be amazing Sunday at 1. And obviously that doesn't win you a game. You got to go out and execute. I also think, to Steve's point earlier in the show, this is going to sharpen the Patriots' edge.
Prediction time.
Yeah, I like a lot of the reasons that Mike said. I like the Patriots, but I have a lot of respect for Buffalo and the way they go about business.
Yeah.
I think they have talent. I think the Patriots come out 27-24, and they might have to wait a little bit for the hat and T-shirts, Mike, but they're coming.
I like it. I'm going Patriots. I think they're going to score some points, 30-23, in a game that really could come down to the last possession. I think Devin McCourty said that, and I thought to myself, you know what? Devin's usually right on the money.
And let's not forget one other thing. Buffalo has not forgotten how they lost the last game.
For sure.
Absolutely. They were embarrassed.
Embarrassed.
That's right. Good
all right,
point,
guys.
Steve.
Good stuff as usual.
Thanks, Steve.
Happy holidays.
Appreciate it.
To you all.
too.
That'll do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. With Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody. Happy holidays.